Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to another quick one-take video, because I find it easier just, even though I've got editing, I find it easy just, if I do try not to make so many mistakes, I think it's just easy doing these quick one-take reactions and just uploading them straight away without having to go through too much editing if it does not require it, although that's not always the case. So today's reaction is Christopher Eccleston is returning as the Ninth Doctor! In Big Finish. But it's still awesome! Also, it finally means the Ninth Eccleston is doing Big Finish. They've already done some Ninth Doctor stories, but these will be full cast audios featuring Christopher Eccleston. Yes! So after 15 years since 2005, Christopher Eccleston is returning to Doctor Who, or at least to Doctor Who audios. And I believe the internet has exploded with joy. And who can blame them, especially the Ninth Doctor studs. I personally consider the Ninth Doctor to be one of the best Doctors and one of my favourite Doctors. And Eccleston is possibly the best actor to play the Doctor, him or Peter Capaldi. And going by actors, Doctor as characters is a completely different list, although, like I said, 9 would be high up on that list as well. Possibly even the best in terms of objectiveness. Possibly. Maybe. And definitely he's in the top, at the very least, top 3, maybe even top 2 personal subjective favourites. My personal favourites pre-rewatches of series 5, 6, 7 and the 2013 specials is Matt Smith, but that could all change. But yeah, Christopher Eccleston is returning to Doctor Who, or at least a Big Finish, and he's going to be in 12 new audios across 4 box sets. There's going to be 3 releases in each, a bit like the War Doctor and the 10th Doctor release box sets. So we've got basically another series of Eccleston across 4 releases. 4 releases of 3, and they will have bonus discs as well, so it will be 4 disc sets for each, but 3 stories plus a bonus disc. And yeah, that's exciting. They're going to be released in May, August and November 2021 and February 2022. So the first 3 will be next year and the last one will be in 2022. Whether there'll be any more after this is unknown. At the moment, we've only got Christopher Eccleston for these 12 episodes, these 12 stories. We don't know if he's going to be doing anything audio-wise for Time Lord Victorious. There was announced to be a 8th Doctor and 10th Doctor meet-up story that's going to be exclusive to vinyl and downloads, and a lot of people got really pissed off that there's not going to be a CD release. So I think that one's going to be that one will be an audio only once the vinyls have gone. It's a limited release, I believe it's going to be. In the end, I don't know how popular the vinyls are, but if they end up like some of the vinyls Big Finish have released on their website, they will go, although the ones in the shops might be a little bit slower. We shall see. It is a bit of a shame that 8th Doctor, 10th Doctor audio will not get a CD release. Maybe later down the line, perhaps. We don't know. But at least we'll be able to have it on download as well as on the vinyl. And the 8th Doctor will be also getting 2 or 3 audios to himself as part of this Time Lord Victorious, plus the Master's getting a short trip or 2 as well. But no word on the 9th Doctor being part of the Time Lord Victorious yet. All we know is that he's going to be in these 12 episodes after talking with Jason Haigh-Ellery, the chairman and executive producer, well, the chairman of Big Finish and the executive producer on all releases, I believe, alongside Nicholas Briggs. And yeah, that's basically all we know. We know that they've discussed ideas with Chris. They've maybe started writing the scripts. They might have written some scripts, actually, maybe all of them. And they've gone into recording, I believe. All we know is that it's happening, and for certain there are going to be these 12 episodes. We don't know if there's going to be any more. We don't know if there's going to be any less. We don't know if Chris will decide after doing this, maybe he'd like to do a bit more. Maybe he'd like to do a cameos. Maybe they get him in for Time Lord Victorious. Maybe they get him in for the 60th anniversary audio. I've got here the Light at the End, which is the 50th anniversary audio, which features Doctors 1 through to 8 with Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, and Paul McGann returning as the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th Doctors, and with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Doctors played, of course, by William Russell, Fraser Hines, and Tim Treloar, respectively, the latter of who went on to play the 3rd Doctor in the 3rd Doctor Adventures, and also appears in The Legacy of Time. With William Russell and Peter Prost have done the 1st Doctor in some ranges, and then David Bradley's taken over for the 1st Doctor audios in 2017. The 2nd Doctor hasn't had such a thing. It's been Fraser Hines throughout for him, so we might get some 2nd Doctor things in the lines of the 1st Doctor adventures, maybe later down the line, but we'll see about that. In the meantime, it's possible that the 60th anniversary audio could have the first 10 Doctors if they have David Bradley or William Russell, Fraser Hines, or if they do 2nd Doctor adventures, maybe whoever they get there, Tim Treloar, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Christopher Eccleston, and David Tennant. That is just a theory, though. There is no... I'm just saying it's speculation. There's no confirmation if that Christopher Eccleston's doing more than these 12 episodes. And it also, alongside the possibilities of him being in the 60th anniversary audio, it's possible he could even return for the 60th anniversary special in 2023. That would be exciting. To be honest, I would like to see as many Doctors as they physically can in the 60th anniversary special, and it would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I just realised the irony of the word I said, so I had to add that extra bit on. It would be absolutely fantastic that Christopher Eccleston would return as the 9th Doctor in the 60th anniversary special, alongside as many other Doctors that they can physically get. Certainly all of them from Tom Baker onwards, apart from John Hurt. We'll see how it goes. Whoever's the current Doctor at the time will definitely be in that special, whether that be Jodie Whittaker or her successor, depending on what happens. And we'll see, hopefully, for other Doctors returning. The most likely is Tennant and Smith, but David Tennant and Matt Smith. But hopefully this now opens the door up. Like I said, this is all speculation. Another speculation is what are the stories that Eccleston is going to be in? What are they going to be about? Who is he going to meet? Are there going to be any returning monsters? Who would you like to meet? Who is his companions going to be? Are we going to have Rose? Are we going to have Jack? Apparently, Christopher Eccleston didn't like working with John Barron, so that's not as likely, though the fans would adore it. And would there be a new companion? Possibly. The comics usually tend to give other Doctors new companions. The 10th and 11th Doctors have certainly gotten new companions in the comic strips and in Doctor Who magazine and Doctor Who Adventures comics. The 12th Doctor also got a sort of temporary companion as well during the gap year in 2016 to 17 in Doctor Who magazine. So there is the possibility of the 9th Doctor getting a new companion aside from Rose or alongside Rose. That is not Jack or Adam. I don't think they'll be getting Adam in. But it will probably definitely be Chris. It's most likely, I should say, almost definitely Billie Piper as Rose Tyler will return. Almost definitely. But there is the possibility it could be a new companion without Rose or solo adventures. With 12 episodes, I think there is the chance of variety. Perhaps the first 3 episodes of the 9th Doctor is on his own between the end of the Time War and the start of Rose. They might even be able to directly follow on from the end of the Day of the Doctor from the War Doctor's regeneration. Might even get John Hurt in for one last episode using archive audio, of course. And there's also the gap. Apparently, the 9th Doctor did a couple of adventures between leaving Rose at the end of Rose and then coming back and saying, by the way, did I mention it also travels in time? Realising that he can now give the offer again. So there is that gap as well. That's the possibility, and that could be the second box set, or that second box set could be a Rose to Dalek era stories, and then box set 3 would either be sometime between Rose and the Empty Child, or if box set 2 is Rose to Dalek, box set 3 could be Dalek to Empty Child. And the reason I split it between have Dalek as the split episode is because, as told by William Carlyle, Mr. TARDIS Reviews, Series 1 kind of takes a bit of a change midway through the series. It's really just starting everything out at the beginning. It's kind of fun, it's a bit more light-hearted. And then once we get to Dalek, things get a bit more darker and a bit more serious. Even Boomtown, whilst that's a comedy episode, has a moral dilemma in that story. So even the comedy episode that towards the end of the series has some sort of seriousness in it. So that's why there's the split at Dalek, so you can have more fun, enjoyable stories early on, and then maybe in after Dalek you've got the more serious stories. That doesn't mean you have to be totally serious in a post Dalek story, or totally fun and enjoyable. You can't not have any seriousness in a pre Dalek story. It's just that's how it worked with the TV series. So that would be a good idea. And then the possibility of the fourth and final box set could see Jack join the team. So this would be a post Empty Child Doctor Dance's pre Bad Wolf Passing Away story. We'll see. And there's also the possibility of a Unbound adventure, perhaps one or two Unbound stories. What if the Ninth Doctor didn't die at the end of the Parting of the Ways? What if he was fine? And what if he hadn't regenerated into the 10th Doctor? At least not yet. That is a possibility. Or at least a possible future Unbound audio that they could do for the 60th anniversary. To be honest, if they ever did the Unbound range again, there is plenty of what ifs they could do, and one of them could be a potential what if the 9th Doctor didn't regenerate into the 10th Doctor at the end of the Parting of the Ways. So if the heart of the TARDIS didn't actually affect him, and so he didn't have to regenerate, that would basically lead him to have further adventures, so to speak. But yeah, there's plenty of possibilities of what the stories could be, and there's plenty of possibilities of which companions he'll travel with, or speculation on who could be a new companion, and there's plenty of possibilities on which monsters and villains he could face. Could he face some villains that past or future Doctors have met? Would he, or is it just going to be original monsters for all 12 episodes? Personally, I think there should be at least one returning villain from pre or post 9th Doctor era, other than the Daleks, because I think there might be a Dalek story in one of those boxes, because it's Nicholas Briggs. He will do a Dalek story. Although, that being said, the 10th Doctor hasn't had an audio Dalek story just yet. So maybe with 9 and 10 it's a bit more difficult because... Well, actually, saying that, I was going to say it's a bit more difficult because of what happens in their series with them trying to destroy the Daleks, etc. But saying that, there has been a quick read book and a Doctor Who Battles in Time comic strip with the 10th Doctor meeting a Dalek outside of his TV story. So actually there is the possibility, especially if they did the audio as part of Time Lord Victorious. So there is the possibility of a 9th Doctor Dalek story outside of Dalek and Bad Wolf Passing the Ways. But I think most people are wanting to see the 9th Doctor come up against something else, something different. We might get this Living. They've recently come to the monthly range with a 5th Doctor audio, so we might have one of those in. But as for anything else, there is the possibility of doing a Cyberman story. There's a possibility of doing a Master story. I wonder which Master they get in to face the 9th Doctor. If he's worried about them all dying after the Time War, then we could have Jeffrey Beavers in, and he's like, you're before the Time War. Okay, fair enough. Whilst if he meets John Sim or Michelle Gomez, for example, or Derek Jacobi even, he's going to be like, but you died. Actually, you probably wouldn't meet Derek Jacobi a post-Time War until Utopia. That wouldn't quite work. And if he did meet Derek Jacobi's master, it'd probably be whilst Jacobi's master was during the Time War. So it's more likely, if it's a post-Time War master, it'd probably be John Sim or Michelle Gomez. Actually, thinking about it, Michelle Gomez with Christopher Eccleston, that might actually be quite fun. Heck, you might not even have to tell him she's the master. She could just be like what she was doing with the 12th Doctor before she revealed who she was. She could just be this mysterious woman who the Doctor doesn't know. And I have seen some people saying they don't really want to see 9 with River Song at the moment, but that's also a possibility. The 9th Doctor could meet River Song, or River Song could meet the 9th Doctor at some point, or one of her audios might feature him, because River Song gets around these days. She's meeting all the past Doctors, apart from maybe the War Doctor, as far as the 4th, or at least as far as the 4th Doctor anyway. So that's a possibility. As for anything else, we're not quite sure just yet. Like I said, there is the possibility of him coming back for further adventures after his 12. Like there's Time Lord Victorious. He might appear in the 8th Doctor, 10th Doctor crossover, He might be in the 60th anniversary, although there's these out of time audios starting with the 10th and 4th Doctor crossover that's coming out this month. My friend, I think it's Thomas A. James, did a picture, a mock-up picture of the 8th and 9th Doctors meeting up, and that'd be the second out of time release. I don't think that was a fake one, so that won't be what Out of Time 2 is going to be. Maybe Out of Time 3, perhaps. Maybe they get him in for Out of Time 3, or a fourth one if they decide to go for a fourth or another series. And of course, there's always the possibility that if he likes doing these Big Finish's experiences, not only would he do more audio stories, or at least cameos, but perhaps he would even consider returning for the TV series. He did think about it for the 50th, but decided otherwise. Although he would have been fantastic in the 50th. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this does mean the door can be opened for the 9th Doctor making a return to television just in time for the 60th anniversary. Maybe even slightly before. Maybe we might even get a cameo just before that, if we're lucky. Although I'm not quite sure. It depends on A, what Eccleston wants to do, and B, what Big Finish want to do with his Doctor, and C, what the television series want to do full stop. With what they're doing. I don't know whether Chris Chibnall would want the 9th Doctor in the 60th anniversary special or not. Stephen Moffat definitely did for the 50th, and then, well, he did want him in. I would think Chibnall probably would want the 9th Doctor in the 60th, especially if it's what the fans would want. So, but like I said, it's just a possibility. I do not know. I'm not the showrunner, sadly. If I was, I would have Eccleston return for the 60th anniversary special, and I would make it a movie. But yeah, but the door is open. The door is open. There is the possibility for his return to the TV series, especially for the 60th anniversary special. Hopefully, there will be a 60th anniversary special. So that's it. That's my thoughts. That's all I had. That's what I know. There's a little bit some stuff on the Big Finish website when announcing the news. You can pre-order the audios both on CD and download, and you get them individually or as a subscription. And there's also vinyl releases of all four box sets coming out, so you can pre-order those both individually, each one released individually and as a subscription. So you can get these stories on CD, download, and vinyl separately or as subscriptions. The vinyls are listed separately to the CD and download ones, as Big Finish buyers will know. CDs and downloads usually get put together unless one is going to unless there's some sort of separation between the two sometimes. Not sure about the 10th Doctor, 8th Doctor, Time Lord Victorious audio thing, if that's going to download separate to the vinyl one, or if it's vinyl and download listed together. But certainly for these 9th Doctor ones, the usual CD and download options are listed together and under one release, and vinyl's got its own separate release, and that's for each of the box sets. But you can get subscriptions to all. Again, the subscriptions to CDs and downloads will be together, whilst the vinyl ones would have its own. So yeah, they're available to pre-order now. I might get them. Maybe around my birthday will be in May 2021. I'll be 22, so I might get some birthday money. I might be able to use that or some of that for a CD subscription / bundle of the I think it's either a subscription or a bundle for these CD subscription or bundle for the 9th Doctor audios. Hopefully that first box set won't be out of stock just yet when I do that, and then we'll get the following ones. Maybe I should do that for the 10th Doctor ones with some Christmas money. Maybe I should get the 10th Doctor audios to see what they're like to try. And I do have to confess, I haven't really been listening to any Big Finishes since I stopped going to university, because I'm not going on my train rides anymore. I like listening to them on my train rides, and I'm only going to be going in once a week when we do go back. So yeah, so I might have to, like I did last year, I might have to listen to a few more outs at home. I think I did intend to, but I never did. I definitely have to listen to the Torchwood series 5 and 6 audios. Did I do a video on that? I think I did an unboxing video there. Definitely have to listen to those audios before I do the reviews, and then re-listen to the audios for the reviews. As I'll review those alongside the TV series, which I have gotten the DVD box set for, so I'll be able to rewatch the episodes in time for the reviews and show that off. And speaking of Doctor Who reviews, Series 5, I'm intending to restart rewatching Series 5 either later today or tomorrow. So Series 5 reviews will be returning to the Nicholas Payne Retro channel, hopefully, if not this week, then next week. Because I want to have a couple of episodes ready to go first, at least the first 6 or 7, before they're uploaded. So anyway, so that's it from me. Thank you for watching this. Comment down below what your reaction to this was. How excited are you for this? What type of story are you looking for? Who would you like the Ninth Doctor to travel with as a companion? Who would you like him to meet? And would you like to see the Ninth Doctor in any further adventures outside of these 12? Would you like to see him in Time Lord Victorious? Would you like to see him in the 60th anniversary audio? Would you like to see him in the 60th anniversary television / movie special? Or even just have further adventures afterwards. Would you like to see him in an out of time story, or just say what you would like if things go well between Christopher Eccleston and Big Finish? So far, it looks like so good as far as these 12 audios are concerned. And also comment down below whether you'll be getting these audios and whether you're intending to get them on CD, download, or vinyl, or a mixture of 2 or all 3 of those. And that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.